Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we're going to be drawing the Riptide, a Demon Realm demon from Lament. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, now then, we're going to be drawing the Riptide. And what the Riptide is essentially the demonic version of this alien creature that I have made long ago. I don't remember if I made anything more with this alien species, but I do know that the Riptide is on Lament. And that it's been a while since I've drawn at least that one female Riptian. The Riptians are basically just tall creatures capable of swimming at very high speeds with the particular kind of outfit that they got on them. And, of course, if you look back at my old drawings, just type in I think all you need to do is just type in the hashtag Riptian on my gallery search in DeviantArt. RIPTIAN. You'll at least get two of them, but not the mature drawing one, because I don't think I used that at the time. The first one, i.e. the most recent one, is the one that I have done the mature drawing of, that particular character. But not the scientist guy. I should try to go back and create, some more stuff with them. At least see what more I can do with the female Riptian. No clue when I would do that, though. No clue at all, actually. Because the next limitation period, I'm not entirely too sure what I have planned. I know this one I already have two of the mature drawings planned out. And one of which, I believe, in the sci-fi department, is going to be done next month. Sometime after the... Sometime after the 5th episode of Nova Guardians. Although, of course, you're not going to see that because it's a mature drawing, and I only do art time with safe for work drawings, obviously. Let's see if I can get this guy to be a little bit more angrier looking. Because I'm trying to go off of what I did before. And I'm not making it look like he's supposed to be extremely angry. Because he's going on top of this cliff thing. And is looking as if he is screaming off the top of his lungs. Not screaming, but roaring. Like most monsters would. Or demons would. Considering the fact that all these demons here are a little bit more, hostile. In terms of most of these particular types of wild creatures. Although most creatures are hostile, so I don't know what the hell I'm saying here. Just demons are more so hostile and have even more gruesome ways to kill you. And outside of just like clawing, poisoning, and all that stuff. I try to figure out a better looking at, because the look that I'm looking at here is completely different. I think you also have hair, right? Yeah. That one at least has some form of hair. Let's see, what if I were to do... Because it's supposed to look like what most reptilian-looking creatures look like. So this would probably be like this for the inside. It would probably be more so like a fish mouth or something. With a bunch of sharp teeth here. Rows of sharp teeth. Just lining up all of this here. And rotate that one a tiny bit. Have that one do this. Continue copying. So, let's see, what is our talk about? I don't have too much left for this month. to draw. Still have a cough, unknowingly enough, but the congestion is slightly dissipated, which is great. Don't know why the cough is still here, though, which is annoying to deal with. But it's still there. And as for how many drawings I got left to do, well, let's see. Once this one is done with, I got a mature mock brain horror drawing that I'm going to make, which is going to be an interesting one to make, because it's going to be like this somewhat creepy, long neck, long arms, long leg, long woman with, the very particular facial look. Don't know what the name of this thing is. I mean, it's like slightly referencing a certain horrific looking thing, bird something, but not like fully looking like that, because it's still gotta look attractive enough to be doing a mature drawing of. I say that despite the fact that one mature drawing in the mock brain horror aspect was, it was a female monster. Whether or not you can call that attractive, really, I guess it's just up to the eyes of the beholder. But this one I want to try to do still creepy, but still have some of a cute look in a creepy way, which is going to be a little bit challenging, but I think I can manage. And we're going to draw another new goth character. She's no relation to any of the goth group. She's just what she is. And I'm going to try and make her look even more goth than most of the goth group, which is really saying something. These should be separate, at the very least. We'll see how that goes down. Oh, wait. Do I even need that open? I'm not sure. Anyways, being what do you call it? A demonic creature. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about all this. Okay. Oh, being a demonic creature, things can have a bit more of a pointy tongue. A demonic reptile creature like that. I'm going to have to go on ahead and do the darkening when I get to that instance. But anyways, as I was saying, we've got that drawing after this one. Then we've got, we gotta post the hardcore mature drawing that I've done of Gwen. The Gwen from Total Drama Island. Of course, the one after the show is, went on ahead and did its new season things with the new characters, completely new from what we have, because the creators who made it, who brought Owen and Noah in again, which is strange that they brought Noah in. I didn't realize that he was somebody that people wanted to have back. Owen makes sense, because he's a lovable goofball. But outside of that, I'm not sure why Noah was in there, but when they went on ahead and said the whole characters' ages thing, Owen and Noah was, well, I don't know the exact number for if they're the same, but they're 19 in that particular season. Which means that the OG casts are all 19 years old. Which means, of course, we can draw stuff like Gwen, Heather, Courtney, and I've got ideas for what I want to do in those drawings with those three. I already did one with Gwen. I got at least 2 fear-based drawings that I can do with Gwen and Courtney. And one experience that Heather's went through, which is going to be interesting, with it going to be more... Well, we'll see how that's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this all in order or not. I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. But we have time. I still got many other things to do in between that and there. This guy's lips dead cold blue. Which makes sense since you are mostly blue skin regardless. But that drawing's already finished. At this point now, I'm just debating when I want to post that with the... Well, I gotta make the story, of course, but I doubt it's going to be that long. I doubt the story is going to be incredibly long. It should not take that long to make. All things considered. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Since we've still got so much time left. Alright, so now what we're seeing right here is the green bits of the Riptian, or the Riptide skin. Technically it's still called the Riptian, but yeah. Riptians have these green and blue skin appearance. I should have the Riptides. No, I don't know if I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. We'll see what happens. Oh, and yeah, you heard about what happened with the Minecraft Live thing? The Sniffer got voted in. So you guys aren't going to see the episode yet, since it's... I don't remember which one it was, but I said I voted for the Sniffer. So now we get to draw a little dino sanctuary. Spoilers for what I said I'm planning on drawing, and probably the next, or if not the next, then the next after episode of Minecraft ROTC Edition. Which is not going to be for a while now regardless, because you still got a city to build. The foundations are almost finished though, but I will be giving a cliffhanger, where we're going to finish the foundations in this season, but hold off on doing anything with that until the 5th season. You know, I should still look up the Riptians on my account here, just to make sure that I got certain aspects of them correct. Yeah, like that. There should be a fin here. They have these, what do you call it? Long elf-like ears. Right, I forgot I was talking about the drawings that I have planned. At least the ones that I gotta do. The hardcore mature drawing with Gwen is already finished, so we don't need to really talk about that. But yeah, after this one, there's that mature mock brain horror drawing, and then after that, I believe it's an others drawing. Don't know which one yet, though. Still waiting for my godforsaken D drive stuff to get recovered, so we might have to just pull a name out of our hat or something. I don't know. And then hopefully try to remember what most of it needs to be. Then there's the last Mock Brain horror drawing, I believe, which will be the Defiler. Once this is done with, I'll have this be on the thing. And then there is Nova Guardian's 5th episode, which as soon as I can get this and the mature Mock Brain horror drawing finished, I'm going to be making that for the rest of this week, then get the others and the next Mock Brain horror drawing done with early into that week, the next week after that, and then try to continue to get a head start on Nova Guardian's 5th episode until we can get it done with. And of course, once Sunday comes along, we can post it and whatnot. And that's going to be a long-ass story to make, but it makes sense. It makes sense given the fact that it literally takes like 8 hours just to be able to make a 44-minute read and imagine story. Kind of disappointed at the amount of views that Elementals Reborn got at the beginning, but I guess it's the first episode. Doesn't have a whole lot happening on Twitch. It's basically just the introductory at the moment. Plus, it doesn't have a huge story in the same vein as Nova Guardians. I don't know why, but the larger my DeviantArt descriptions get, the more views it gets. Which I guess that makes sense why Nova Guardian has so many views. Maybe people read it chapter by chapter, and then they come back to it, and they're like, okay, where did I leave off on? Oh yes, chapter 2, and that's why I got 4 times the amount of views as compared to Elementals Reborn. It's close to 3K. It's making its way there, slowly but surely, but it's getting there. It is getting there. Don't know how long it'll take for it to get to the same levels of Nova Guardian. Although, admittedly, the first episode of Nova Guardian was more leaning towards the fetish side, despite it being more gruesome and the fact that everyone dies through it. Well, not everyone. Also, there was literally just an entire head consumed. Rest in peace, Commander Garter. Bing old. Yeah, that episode did have like a lot more action than this did, but admittedly, pretty much any episode of Nova Guardians could have way more action than any other episode in about 22-minute read and imagine. Because it's 44 minutes, Nova Guardian is. I'm trying to figure out where I want you to be. I don't want you to just be basically just standing there looking, or staying there looking like that. I'm going to have your hands go up to here. I'm going to try to mess with the perspective a bit more. Let's see. So wait, how much do you have? Right. Riptians have 3 here and 3 in the toes department. If you've seen the first Riptian drawing I've ever done with the Riptian girl, whom of which is, drawn at least a few times. For shits and giggles, in the next limitation period, I should have Luna go after the Riptian girl. Why not? Why the hell not? Some more alien girls in the fetish department can never hurt. Especially considering the fact that we've got Luna doing the job. So, it's always going to be good seeing more of her gadgets in action. I should do something similar with that in the fantasy department. Actually, I could probably... No, I can't. Anything involving Luna, it has to be sci-fi, right? I forgot about that tidbit. Because Luna's an android. Although that means I could do something in the fantasy department, maybe with Gwyneth. Or I could do something with Ariella Mine. Maybe. Should I do that next limitation period? No, the next month? I could. I already got one thing planned with Josephine Jotusko in the mature drawing aspect. That would be in this direction. Unless I want your hands to be like this. Wait, where is your hand at? So you could probably be like this, maybe? As you're climbing up the mountainside. And as I was saying, in the mature drawing aspect with Josephine Jotusko, alongside her, we've also got the 5th episode of Pito's Fetish, involving those, if you recall correctly in the Chimera Ants arc in Hunter x Hunter, Bezo, or whatever the hell his name was, had 4 women, I believe. I have their pictures here. In the tutorial section, I believe. Where is my tutorial section? Here it is. Yeah, 4, because that's Palm in the middle. And in the 4th episode, Pito already got their hands on Palm. And it's always so strange creating these like alternate universe timeline instances. Because it's the way it all started was Maki got onto the island for some reason because she got a clue as to there being some exorcist to be able to remove the dagger thing on Chrono's heart that Kurapika had placed on him. And, of course, there was a dead-end lead. Maki is met with Pito, who at this point is acting on their normal instincts. And with no other way to escape, Maki utilized her thread powers to bind Pito and did a little bit of sensitive needlework, if you catch my drift, right on those 4 toed paws of Pito. And then, of course, passed out, Maki makes her escape, and Pito lets Maki escape despite the fact that they were able to catch up to them and could have probably jumped from the shore to the boat, but, something deep inside of them has, changed up their personality, and it does show. Despite the mature aspect in all of this, the literal fanfic smut that we are creating thus forth before us, despite that, there is some form of storyline in Pito's entire personality and emotions changing. Christ, I'm gonna punch my lungs. Stupid cold is still just lurking. Anyways, Pito changing personalities as, time goes on. They experiment with this new fetish that has just awakened inside of them. And, now they're just going on ahead and performing their experiments. Accidentally killed Palm off, but don't worry, she'll be back. Due to the cool-ass hair armor that she gets in her new half-human, half-chimera form, which in terms, she does look pretty attractive somehow in her hair armor when Palm enters that form. So I have an idea. Spoilers for Season 2. Although, what are the chances anybody on DeviantArt is watching my safer work art drawing videos, art time, and whatnot, who are going to be like, I know what the next episode's going to be in this particular season. I mean, you know it's going to come, but you don't know when. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, you already know what the 5th episode's going to be. I already told you what it was going to be, but you don't know when Hair Armored Palm is going to come into play. Also, if it isn't pretty freaking obvious, Pito in this timeline is, well, they are going to get their heads destroyed by Gon, but then spoilers, going to come in and revive them. And for a price, of course. Always for a price. Not out of the kindness of her heart. Nope, always for a price. But that's fine, because Pito seems to enjoy it. To an extent. Because, obviously, they only experienced it once. Still a bit confused over it. Testing this new sensation out on a bunch of women. So yeah, that's what we've got going there. We got all of these mini-series being created. I do have a few plans already in my mind for sequels when these little mini-series in the fan art department ends. But I only got 1 and 2 of them. I do have one that I think would be more safe for work for the one department with, Luna v Titan, that little mini-series. And another one that's safe for work off the same vein. No spoilers for what it is, and assuming I'm still alive at that point in this endeavor, because you know how things are going in the world right now. People dying, people crying. Got them cats on in their streets, pointing guns at everyone's head. Pull that trigger. Cat. The cat's just sleeping. You're plotting something, aren't you, cat? I knew I should have never trusted Pito. Anyways, Yeah, then there's a safer work off of, believe it or not, Pito's Fetish. Once I've got the 4-season ideas in my mind finished. Which, don't worry, seasons in these particular miniseries and fan arts are only going to be 6 episodes. Which makes sense given that there's not really too many ideas we can do if we're going off of seasonal bases in the original series. At least for one. Luna v Titan's entire series takes place after the time skip where all the main characters are of age. Despite the fact that we do lose most of them. Some of them I think were probably already of age before this time skip. But they were dead, so it doesn't matter. Oh man, I'm worried about the final part of that. The 4th part of the final season, Jesus Christ. Which seems like it's just ongoing. Yeah, I'm worried. I mean, I can't see any other instances in this particular instance that doesn't end in Eren just dying. Because I don't know how else he's going to be able to get out of this without major conflict. And that is why I have the Luna v Titan series. I agree with Haruko. I'm not a fan of happy endings, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my own alternate timeline. My own timeline, where everything goes good. Except for some of the bad guys, because if you remember, I don't know what episode of Our Time it was, with Kane Raiteninku murdering the ever-living shit out of All For One. Although, let's be honest with ourselves here. We don't want to forgive that bastard for doing what he did to poor old Ragdoll. Little Ragdoll losing her power. And now Luna came in to change that outcome so that, she is not in pain anymore. And, I'm sure we're going to have to make some of those instances for other characters as well, because I get the funny feeling that Season 6 is going to be very depressing, and we gotta wait for that to get dubbed, and hopefully placed on frickin' Toonami. Although, worst case scenario, I do have Crunchyroll, I could just go there once it's all dubbed. This just seems to be the only thing we can do in that department is just go to streaming because everybody's stingy with their frickin' IPs. I don't understand why you can't just allow certain TV shows to show it for a price. Be like, you can see it temporarily here, but you can spend some money to, do this. And, like, what's the difference? The people who are trying to get the thing with their budget, you're still getting money from it if you air it on TV. So why? Why do you refuse to give us what we want? I use Toonami as a way to just have something to look forward to at the end of the frickin' day. And they're over here trying to take it away? And we got some people out there who are just trying to ruin, their own services because they're greedy motherfuckers. Like the whole HBO Max merger thing. A lot of things that just really make me want to just destroy all forms of the rich dumbasses who are just taking over these things and ruining it for the consumers. The consumers were like, yes, finally, the perfect streaming service. Well, maybe not the perfect, but it was supposedly pretty good before. Kind of wish I came in to that sooner rather than later, so I could have enjoyed more stuff. But you know how it is. Well, whatever. I can at least still watch Inuyasha on Hulu Plus. Or Hulu. I don't think this is Plus. I think it's just regular old Hulu. Wish there was no ads, though. Don't know why there has to be ads. ads make no sense. And then there's also One Piece, which, while it is on Toonami, we literally skipped. I said this before, but Toonami just skipped a large amount of the beginning. Our first episode, introductory into Toonami. Well, I probably watched it when I was younger, but I have no recollection of that. Just the same as I had no recollection of Inuyasha, despite the fact that I don't think I watched all the episodes. I literally have no recollection of any of the episodes that I've seen here. No memory whatsoever. Which kind of sucks, but is good because I can rewatch it and it'll feel new to me. It already does feel new to me. Like, I forgot all about Naraku, and I'm like, oh wait, he was the main villain. I thought I was the showroom. And then when I was like watching Yashahime, that was on, I found it strange that the main villain was now that, but he wasn't the main villain. He was, I don't know, would you consider him to be a rival? Clearly, he shows mercy towards the midpoint as soon as he meets Rin, which I have forgotten all about. And was questioning who the hell this random woman is, which still is a bit strange that she, of all characters, is the mother, considering, the whole her being, I don't know how old she was. How old was she? I'm gonna look it up. How old was she? Let's see. I don't know where it is. Yes, that's just showing me Yashahime. Yeah, 9 to 10. In the beginning, 9. That is still so strange. And then in the final act end, 18 to 32. Oh, chronologically. Wait, what do you mean 32? Isn't she still 18 according to Yashahime? I have no idea. Well, I guess it doesn't exactly matter. It's strange that that is the case, but I guess given the fact that you literally do not give him any other human characters to interact with, you really don't have any other options but to use... Well, you should have had an option. You should have had another option. I guess that's really the... what do you call it? How you get right down to it. Where's my creatures at? Ah, here we are. Yeah, the only alien creatures I've got in this folder is Sikakara and Riptians. I haven't made any alien creatures in ages. Well, technically, Nova Guardians have more alien creatures, but I'm talking about standalone alien creatures, like Riptians and the Sikakara. I don't know if I have any more than that. Well, I guess it's fine. It seems like most of your colors, though, are darker, so, or maybe that's fine? I don't know. I'll work with it for now. But yeah, I still find it strange that, that he did that. Why he do that, I don't know. Why, who knows? Who the F knows? I mean, I get it. It's a feudal Japan era. I don't think age of consent was really a thing in that era. Was there? I'm going to look it up, actually. I'm sure there was. What was the age of consent in feudal era Japan? Can you tell me this? You're not going to tell me it? I don't know what the fuck Genpu is. You're saying, therefore, 15 to 18 in the pre-modern, 14 to 16, what? I don't know what the fuck any of this it is. I don't know. I have no clue. Well, you're not telling me, so I guess we're never gonna find out. I'm sure some history nut who, for some reason, wants to watch me drawl is like, oh, I know this one! I studied this for most of my life! Or something. And I'm sure you can tell me what that number is. It's still strange regardless, but we're in the modern era, so anything in the olden days will always be strange to you and me. Maybe not you in the far future. Man, imagine we somehow revert back to that. Ugh. You know, that actually might be the case, given all of the certain instances occurring with some people wanting to try to reduce that who are in power currently. I don't know how the hell that would even be a thing. I feel like you can't just reduce the age of consent if you're just in a power like that. You would have to be in a power even higher than that. Right? I don't know. I don't think I'm giving those creeps enough credit, because they could probably do way more worse than I am imagining they could. Who the hell knows? The whole entirety of everybody in power usually is just corrupt nonsense. I don't really feel like trying to get right into that. What were we talking about before? That wasn't just depressing and makes you want to, jump off the star of the planet to the fucking whatchamacallit. I don't know, I'm gonna make this guy's gums. Gum. I don't know. Well, should I save this? Shouldn't I? Am I gonna need this? Will I need you? I do not know. Gonna give you, what color teeth is that? I guess nice blue-green teeth. Yeah, sure, why not? Blue-green teeth. Lament is almost finished, with the only demons left being the Defiler and the Alien King. I probably should move this one more inwards, actually. With those being the only demons left, I don't think we're going to have any issues trying to get the demons in the demon realm finished. Outside the ones that we have to redraw that we made in the, and we got to make 2 more in that department anyways. Outside of those guys, I feel like you should have a more light green tongue. Yeah, give you that Ed and Eddie tongue right there. Who in Ed and Eddie has a green tongue? I don't know, I guess we'll look. Ed and Eddie, green tongue. Who has the green tongue? Alright, look like Eddie did. Although this might look more like Ed's tongue. The one, which is called double D. I don't know, they seem like they all have green tongues. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This guy's gonna get a green tongue, and after that, that's the end of that. I'm redrawing the demon in this one just so that we have him there. The demons here will obviously have different appearances, like, how most of the humanoid zombie demons would have different appearances. Except for the ones that more so resembles our skeletons. Because mostly everyone's skeleton is the same, except, size and differences, but skeletons usually don't have, wait a minute, you're the green one. Skeletons don't usually have any massively different features outside of different sizes and whatnot. So it would make sense that we would have these Riptians with different appearances. Although, to be honest, the Riptians more so resemble humanoid fish reptilian creatures than they would anything else. I mean, anything with a humanoid appearance. A lot of things really do hark back towards humanoid appearances. I mean, it's not like I haven't drawn anything that isn't humanoid. I've drawn the Cancer Eater, but I guess there are some human-like appearances to it that does still give it that human look, alongside the amorphous monstrosity that it is. Actually, I could probably look this up in Reginald's Mockbreak Cases folder, which, oh hey, a notification update! Hey, Joseph Joestar, thanks for adding strong teas to your favorites. Ooh, who knew that Joseph Joestar was a man who enjoyed ticklefishes of Green Hulk Lady. I mean, I guess I could see that. I guess he would, right? Alright, where the hell is... Reginald's Mockery Cases. Oh yeah, there's the Esco's humanoid. Tower Patroller still has humanoid appearances with the hand and the skull. Oh, the Huskmaker. That does not look like a humanoid creature. Oh, the abducting trafficker. There's that thing. Yeah, I forgot about the Huskmaker. And there's this 6, or is that 8 arms? Yeah, this 8-armed unzipping excavator woman. You have to look at it to see it. Oh, right, the freaking the smothering terracotta, literally just a ball of clay that once it hits you, it merges its atoms with your atoms and hardens, and it feels like you're getting a million pins and needles on the body that's just been taken over. And the Pixel Screamer, which is literally just a gaping red hole in everything that causes the entire world to pixelate. Yeah, man. There is the Hypnotic Grounder does have a humanoid little girl-looking thing inside of it. I forgot what it did exactly, and it's got human skulls. Yeah, a lot of things just harps back to humanoid creatures, except for at least these 2 entities. Yeah, and the shredded skin. That horrific abomination. There's this thing that they were showing at work to show you to not want to stick your hands in something because it shreds all over your hands or something. And my freaking brain was like, that's a good idea for an entity. And then I did it. And I drew the entity. I drew the horrific abomination known as the Shredded Skin, who has a whole bunch of metal bits coming out of him, alongside his skin, who looks like he was put through a thresher and lived. Well, if you can consider that living. So yeah, looks like work. Well, technically speaking, work did help me come up with a couple of entities. The optical walker had me thinking about cameras exploding and people losing weight in the workplace, because this monstrosity is invisible to the naked eye. You can only see him through cameras, and he drains you of your fat enough to a point where once he gets enough electrical parts in him and enough fat flesh in him, he turns into that humanoid red flesh monster. You would have to look at it, because I am not downloading this and opening it up. That's too much effort. I know it's literally just download, double-click, and go to the downloads. But I'm not going to do it. Then there was also the overclock suitor, when they were doing too much freaking overtime, whereas this guy has a heart attack. Okay, really? Now it's not even loading the damn image. Reload. Come on, you stupid dumbass. What are you doing? What is the internet? There we go. Yeah, the guy has a clock there, and it's the ribs and all that, so you would have to look at it. Where I think his scream occurs, and everybody who hears the scream has a heart attack. What else was there? Outside of those 3 entities? I don't know. But that's some. That's some, at least. Go look it up. My DeviantArt page. Just go to Reginald's Mockery Cases. All you gotta do is just scroll through the, what do you call it? Also, is this thing doing that thing again? Okay, just gotta double check, even though I barely use the left side anymore. Well, to an extent, I still use it for some things. I don't know what, though, but we do still use it. And just like the dream entities that I had. The frickin', the head gobbler, that giant monstrosity. Remember that thing? I believe I may have showed it before. I don't recall. My memories of it is quite hazy. But yeah, there was that. Which was funny because that entity came from a dream where I was, for some reason, playing Left 4 Dead. It popped up in place of a zombie. At that point, I only could assume that it was the size of an atom. And once the zombie stepped on it, it gulped it up. And here's the atom size, just right here, right where my nail is. and then here's the zombie, or here's the zombie, I don't know, and I just gulped it up, and then there it is in its giant head form, like right here or something. And then it just consumed, I don't know, I think it was Coach first, then Rachel, then it was the boom, doom, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't know what happened after that. All I know is that thing became an entity that I have drawn. And who knows, we might put it in a game. I might have some game idea involving the entities that I have created. The issue is, we need to get more entities made, which means Reginald's Mockerbray Cases needs to be coming back swinging hard, which it will do towards the end of this limitation period. Don't you worry, it will do that. Only one for now, though. And after that, now I got a frickin' Mockerbray horror series in mind, in a similar vein to Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardians, an episodic series that I want to dabble with, just for shits and giggles. It is going to be a bit of a pain to try to figure out in what direction I want certain things to be in. Alright, I don't know if... Is that everything? Did I miss anything? I think that's everything. Also, is this still up? Okay, good. Just have to check. But yeah, as I was saying, with that series coming along at some point in the future, next limitation period most likely, I got only so much space in Mockbrain Horror at that point, and I'm not sure what I plan on doing. I'm questioning if I should make it be 4 episodes limitation period, so I'll have like 6 free spaces left. I guess I could. So long as I can keep it up to 4, that means we can have the series going so as long as it, as I continue to create. I feel like this guy's nose is gonna be taller. I'm gonna put your nose back up here. Looks slightly better. But yeah, with Elementals Reborn doing 6 episodes, and Nova Guardians doing 4, twice until it gets to the last 2, which will be halfway into the series, which will then go to 12. Yeah, I feel like I need to have sci-fi and Mockbrain Horror be opened up a little bit. Now, the question is, once Nova Guardians is finished, should I immediately start Chrome Wars in the next limitation period? That I'm not sure of. And if I do, should it be 6 or should it be 4? I think I said I wanted it to be 4, or 6, I mean, but I'm not sure if 4 is better. 4 might be better, considering the fact that we would have more space to work with. But then again, we don't really have any other series in that department that doesn't involve characters like Luna. And if we do that, I mean, we'll still have 4 spaces left. We don't have any standalones in sci-fi. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have any standalones in sci-fi. I guess there's stuff like Fate and Luna and everything in their universe. But most of the things I make involving Fate and Luna now are going to be fan art related. I got one idea coming up in December that I'm going to be drawing soon, with Fate in mind. Essentially closing off the first season of My Luna Academia with, a wholesome drawing, as opposed to a lewd drawing, or a beat the ever-living shit out of the villain drawing. I don't know, do we have like a third instance? Because I already got like Chisaki that I plan on having myrtleized through Kane Raitaningu, who is going to be immune to his abilities. I mean, if Shigaraki can't utilize his quirk to disintegrate Kane Raitaningu, and what the fuck is Chisaki gonna do, if I can remember how to pronounce his name correctly? Yeah, I was right. I was right. Right? Yeah, I was right. I wonder if he does die at some point. Spoilers for those who haven't watched the episode in that instance. In the end of the episode, Chisaki got his arms disintegrated by Shigaraki. And you see, he's not going to be able to use any of his quirks now without an arm. I don't think it's direct touch from any body part. I think it's literally just his arms. So, at that point, no arm, no quirk. Unless you can somehow attach a new arm to him and it somehow works still. I don't know how the hell that works in that universe. I don't know if it's a case of, you get the quirk of the person's arm who you forcibly took so that you can do things, or if your quirk is going to go into that arm. Or if your natural quirk will just disintegrate the arm because technically you're touching it with your fingertips, and your fingertips is needless to say, I think he's just done for good. There's no way he's coming back from that. And we'll make sure he never comes back in my alternate universe with Kane Riptide myrtleizing him. Yes. Kane. Deus Ex Machina. My fury, my rage, my unending rage towards certain characters who harm or terrorize some of my favorite characters. Kane Riptide is a force to be reckoned with. If he can murder All For One with ease and without any scratches in the end of it, he can murder pretty much everyone. A man who could take on Goku, which he has, but not in the same vein as you think. They just somehow managed to get an entire universe destroyed by, spoilers, myrtleizing the two Zenos, or Zennies, or whatever the hell their names were. Master Zenny? Master Zeno? I don't remember, it's been a while. My memories is very, very faint. Dragon Ball Zeno. Yeah, Zeno. Zeno True Form? What? What do you mean True Form? Is this the same Zeno we're talking about? Because I don't think that is. Maybe it is. I don't know. There's probably something. There's probably something in that department. Did they continue Dragon Ball Super? Did they? I don't know. It doesn't exactly matter. I'm going to just delete all of these. Oh, Balljaw or Wallhall Blast. That one. It just doesn't really exactly matter. Yeah, he killed them, then the universe imploded, and then Goku's rage and anger is, called forth upon the mysterious entity who has then morphed Goku's body into this horrific, monstrous abomination, giving him a crap ton of power, but in the end, Kane Riptide still myrtleized him. And the power that the mysterious entity gave to Goku is 10 times, if not 100 times, stronger than Ultra Instinct. In the sense that he will give Kane Riptide a challenge, but in the end, his entire series is called Deus Ex Machina for a reason. He somehow manages to kill everything he comes across. And if there's, for some reason, he can't kill it, they can't kill him, but he will come back with a vengeance. He will always come back. I would say that the reason why the mysterious entity did that was to test his own curse against Kane Riptide. A curse that somehow managed to allow for him to be way more powerful than anybody else would have that curse. Power through the electrical instances where all the universes he's went to combine, and the fact that he already doesn't even need sleep and doesn't tire due to his half-cybernetic body. Yep, Kane Riptide is a force to be reckoned with. I do want to draw him at some point with his jacket on, because we've only seen him with his blue tank top. We have not seen him with his jacket. He has a jacket. We've drawn it in the first drawing ever, but we never gave it to him fully. He usually takes the jacket off so that he has nothing getting in the way of him and beating the ever-living shit out of his targets. There's a few characters I can have him myrtleize. I haven't watched the series yet, because I don't have Netflix. And I might have gotten spoiled on some instances, but not fully, because I don't know what the hell goes on in there, nor do I have any connections to the characters, even though I do feel kind of miffed for a certain character. You know who I'm talking to when I say who I would have Cain Tango myrtleize. Yeah, Atom Smasher. A so-called motherfucking legend who I still didn't freaking kill in Cyberpunk because I stopped playing it while I was trying to get all the side quests done with. And one of them was a car thing, and I hated the vehicles in that game. But yeah, let's have Cain Tango beat the ever-living shit out of him. And, you know, maybe Luna does her thing, which, if you know what that is, you know what's gonna happen. I mean, I would have to still watch the series to, like, understand what the hell happened and figure out who is going to need Luna's assistance and who to direct all of my angers towards via Cain Tango, because I'm sure I'm going to be angry. I was very freaking angry when, spoilers for Iron Blood and Orphan, cheap mob style hit. Again, I'll probably have Luna save her, because I think she's of age. And if not, I could just have Cain Tango murder the ever-living shit out of a couple of rando mob fuckers. Twice, actually. Twice, I say. Fuck the mob. Have Cain Tango come in and just punch the ever-living shit out of their face until their heads are nothing but literal pancakes, sideways style. Still pisses me off thinking about that. And, you know, why not have Cain Tango somehow flying in space and just destroy an entire armada to save the hot MILF? You know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it. As well as, I guess, the DILF, if you're into that. Again, that's even more hint as to who the hell I'm talking about. The Cain Tango is my rage and fury. Anybody I sick him upon will die a painful death. That is true with what I've done with All For One. And it's the start. I will say, though, he does still go after heroes, but I'm only having him do the villain arc, or at least showing him doing the villain arc, where he kills all the villains that I have them a mysterious woman place on the list, which I gotta be careful not to say too much, because if I give up too much information, she's gonna come here and give me a what for, which might be good, or might be bad, I don't know. I just see a small dot. That's not her, trust me. She's way larger. She probably wouldn't even be able to fit inside of my room right now. Although that means she would be hunching over me, Odin style. Or Ozen. What was her fucking name again? I watched that not too long ago. Yeah, it was Ozen, right. Just hunched over Ozen style. Oh, and that reminds me a couple of drawing ideas that I have in mind for Maiden Abyss. You know, that nanny, that black and white haired nanny in the first one that you never see again once, Riku goes into the abyss and suffers some very serious and depressing instances that occur. Like, my God, I mean, I enjoy the story. Don't really like what the guy does, the creator does with the characters, because it's pretty obvious. I could turn that into something good by having Anna Lee going after the orphanage mine girl thing. You know the... What the hell was her name again? I can't remember her name. I'm gonna look it up. Now here comes Google taking a million years. But you know who I'm talking about when I say black and white haired lady. Why aren't you loading, Google? Orphanage director? What's her fucking name? Belchero. I'm probably butchering that name. Yeah, have her in the same vein that she had poor Riku. Did I just forget her name again? Riku? What was it? Fuck Fuck me sideways. Yeah, have Annalie go after Belchero for that, and of course Annalie is not going to be strong enough to take on Ozen, so we'll just have Luna do the same thing to her. Ozen with all of those freaking bits and pieces inside of her body, which is going to be definitely interesting to make. How the hell am I going to make that look attractive? Do not worry, I can do it. I can do it. We're taking creepy spine-bending lady over here, and the Gilf, because I don't think she's 30 or around it. She's probably like 50. Orphanage director lady, and give them a taste of their own medicine. Because, my God, that is such a weird thing to just, you know what I mean. I mean, the whole Nana, Chi, and Minnie? I can't remember. Again, it's such a pain in the ass for... I can barely remember Shikaman Yashasi's name. Kiha and I had no problem for some reason. My own characters I can barely remember their names of. Although only the Japanese one. Hell, even some of the frickin' English ones with Ariella or Ariana. Which one do I choose? Do I spell Ariella or Ariana with two? Okay, I've already forgotten. I've already confused myself. Ariella, correct? Right, brain? My God, I got so many fucking characters and so many fucking names and so many names to remember of other people's characters. My my memory capacity is at its limits in every aspect. How the hell I'm able to remember anything in general is a freaking miracle. How am I able... I really wish I had some way to just grab forth the memories like I can in a computer. God, that would be so useful to have, to, like, get back the old knowledge of the games that I've made in the past. Because right now I only got 2 games that I've made in my Game Maker days that I still save, and I'm doing everything within my power to make sure that I always have it no matter what. And that's Labyrinth and Mechanica. Mechanica is a shell of what I wanted it to be, but it's a 2D arcade shooter with a very strange scoring system. Because I didn't know how to do scoring systems back then in Game Maker. I might be able to do it in Unity now, but if I'm going to make Mechanica, that has to require a large freaking team. Because that is too advanced. At least with certain games that I can make, I should be able to do by myself. Did you really just step right over your wet food dish? I just saw her pass right over her food dish. Alright, anyways, yeah. Good ideas for that. I mean, there isn't really too many characters I can go forth in that department. Obviously. We got, like, 2, I don't know what the Nanachi is, or whatever her name fully was. I don't know if it's a she or a he, for one thing. I mean, they're definitely Rabbit, but they're definitely still a child. And there's also Riku, who's still also a child. And now I'm going to look it up to make sure I'm actually saying her frickin' name right. Rico. Alright. And then there's, what was her? Lila, right? Liza. Christ. That's not even a fucking, what do you call it? Yeah, we still don't know if she's alive yet or not. As far as we know, she could be dead. She could be still alive. I mean, either way, it means she is a MILF. So, time shenanigans Luna will do to get to Liza. Maybe both Liza and Ozen. Yeah, sure, why the hell not? I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I have some idea there. That's some ideas. But as it stands right now, I still got many other series to focus on currently, and I don't know when, if or when I'm ever going to actually get to doing that particular drawing idea. Although I guess technically speaking, I probably could make it a hardcore mature drawing so that I can at least show certain aspects of Belchero and Ozen. I don't know. We'll see. It could be a hardcore mature drawing. It might not be. As it stands currently, we are nowhere near it. And we already filled up our slot for this month. I mean, if you haven't been able to tell already, it's a spooky month, and a lot of things I'm doing here are Mockery and horror related. With the Mockery and horror mature drawing, the goth mature drawing, the hardcore mature drawing with the goth. And aside from that, there is a bunch of Mockery and horror drawings. The only other exception... Oh yeah, there's also the black cat on top of the cat-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern cat. And of course, all the Mockery and horror drawings. And the mature Mockery and horror drawing that I have in mind to draw. I probably already said that, but I'll say it again. Yeah, there's only like a few things here that aren't, in the spooky month instance, and that's Nova Guardians and Elementals Reborn. Unless you count giant red dragons as, spooky, which I guess would be pretty terrifying to come across regardless, because, wyverns are very powerful. Well, not so much powerful if you have, like, the right spells. If you're able to, like, overpower it and destroy it that way. Which Gwyneth was almost able to do. If it wasn't for Ariella, those two probably wouldn't still be alive. Ariella Mine. She's definitely going to be fun to write. Considering what her particular character is going to be. But of course, that will have to wait until next month. I don't know when, mid, early, late, depends really. But it's going to have to wait until next month. And at that point, we introduce Genthru at the end. Whom of which is going to obviously protecting the Queen, if you remember. The whole Queen of Nature instance in every drawing involving him for, with this green-haired lady trying to, like, ensure that the Queen is safe, that she just runs off and does something that puts her in danger. Runs in a shop, causes, what was her name, Edith? Yeah, that shopkeeper girl that I drew in the Genthru drawing. Edith and Aranea, I believe I called those two. Edith being the pigtail girl who dropped the crate as soon as the Queen of Nature girl. I don't know what her actual name is yet. I just know that she's the Queen of Nature. I'll probably come up with something at some point, but we'll see what happens. That's not going to be until the 3rd episode, and that's not coming out until December, I believe. Yeah, December. And we gotta get some space bish showing here. And we gotta get some mountains here. Small amount of mountains. But yeah. I'd say it's a pretty good start though. We are getting close to 3K, if we're not already on it. I don't think we're already on it. I think we're still on 2K, which in the exact number is 2.9K. Well, I can't see it here because it's going to take a while to update. I'm going to look it up on DeviantArt and I can see where it's at currently. Yep, still on 2.9K. It'll take some time, but it'll get to 3K, which is good, I guess. I guess since it's not big, as Nova Guardian, I said this before, but I'll say it again. And there's no chapters. People are going to be able to read it in like one instance. And we'll not really need to come back to it again. What are you doing, cat? I knew you were going to turn back as soon as I said that. That's why I turned to look. Right, cat? You just went, It's like she tried to agree with me, like, but with the whole loud word noise. Right? I can't do it because I still have this stupid cough cold. Congestion's not as bad as it was, but the cough is still here for some stupid reason. To which I have to wait for it to dissipate soon. This guy's going up a mountain. I wonder what kind of mountain he's going up right now. Right, cat? What's your scoffing at? Alright, I think that's about as much as I can get for the baseline in this department. An hour and 10 minutes, not bad. I mean, I didn't think this was going to take a while. Chances are I might even want to try to get the Gwen drawing posted. Or do I want to get a head start on the hardcore mature drawing? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what we do. We'll see what not hardcore mature drawing, the not brain horror mature drawing. We already got the hardcore mature drawings done with for this month. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You, my friend, have to be on above the hand. I have no clue where this is right now. Oh, yes, it's right where it needs to be. Oh, wait, why is the leg? Oh, wait, right now. I remember now, cat. Well, I gotta have this underneath your arm here, so, I don't know, I guess we just gotta put the thing underneath the arm. I guess it makes sense that that would be there. But wait, how the hell am I gonna do this? I would say the only way for me to be able to do this, actually, should be for me to bring hands and thumb above the leg. Which I can do, thankfully. And there we go. And there we go. Come on, move up. Okay, so that's where that needs to be. And now I can have the cliff in. Yeah, which will be right where your leg is. And for this one... Frick, how am I going to do this? I guess this would... Whoops! You need to go down? Oh, shish, where is this all at right now? I guess technically that means that the body and all that stuff has to be above these two, so I just gotta bring everything around here, change the positioning of all of this stuff here. Until it gets underneath the leg, I hope. Yep, that's the leg we wanted to go underneath. Which means now... No, go up one more. Which means now I can get the third cliff face. That's not where I want you to go. Here. Is that where I want you to go? Or should you be underneath this? Yeah, you'll be underneath that. That one makes more sense. So now you're where you need to be. And for the rest of this, well, this can just be right on the background layer instead. Although I guess I should put this in here because this is most likely foreground work. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know. The fourth season of Minecraft is slowly starting to come to an end soon. It might be cut a tiny bit short by 2 more episodes to 94 until I can get this stupid freaking D drive nonsense fixed. And once I can get this D drive nonsense fixed, assuming that the second video that I recorded there is still redeemable, which I get the funny feeling it's not, but it ended it like it looked like it was redeemable, so who the frick knows? I surely don't. What I can tell you here is, though, that if for some reason I have to get another thing recorded, well, I don't know, I guess we'll do another material grabbing objective, because that's the plan for the finale. Grab a bunch of materials that we need for building buildings and houses, or maybe go on an iron quest. Assuming that that video is corrupted and we can no longer get it, and hopefully assuming that the other video is just fine. Assuming these are the cases, we'll probably only need to make one extra video that comes after the finale, the supposed finale. I'll probably leave it open-ended. We'll see what happens. The idea here is to upload that video, rearrange it in the playlist, and I gotta rearrange all of the freaking end screens with the right things if I want that to be exactly what it needs to be. In the direction of where that would have been. I guess, technically. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Cat. It still pisses me off. Everything just never wants to go my way. I get sick. Cat goes into heat, has to deal with that while I'm in sick mode. Still sick. Couldn't do the sound effects for Game Crafter, so we just did the second plan. Which, if y'all know what that is, it's pretty simplistic, really. It's literally just color blindness mode. Which I should say, I figured out how to work with the sliders. Not during that episode. I did it after I record the episode. I figured out a better way to make my slider system. And I use lerp. You know what lerp is? I'm sure you don't. Well, lerp is essentially moving one instance to another. Exactly where you want it to be. I'm assuming it's only from A to B and there's no branching off paths. And if there is a branching off path, then you probably have to have a certain instance in there to like well, the start thing, you could just have it constantly grab the position of it, constantly moving. Although I don't know how that would probably screw something up. Also, this is the ground. I'm not doing the right fucking spot. I need to go to cliff. But yeah, we got lerp set up, which was actually surprisingly easy for that instance. I thought it was going to be way more difficult. Because in Dreams, the way I did the block moving from left to right to determine certain instances was that I had it set on like an animation, and that animation rolled off of whatever the value was for the sound effects in BGM, which is vitally important for being able to change the sound effects stuff. But it was actually way easier in this one, because all I needed to do was just, well, because of the way the sliders work, I had to have the value go from 0 to 1, so I got the slider to work perfectly by having it be like, what, 0.002? There might have been a third zero in that decimal instance, but I don't know. I'd have to look it up, which I'm not going to right now. But yeah, it literally was just getting the value for one position, the start, then getting the value for the end position. Then in the update, we just got the value for, we did the lerp, vector 3 lerp thingy, which only worked off of the data's variable for SFX and BGM. So no matter where SFX and BGM is, it will always be in that spot no matter what. Which is great. Which is perfect. Kind of like really the only thing we need. Although I don't know if we need resolution. Resolution is not that important. I'm not sure. The idea here is that it's supposed to be in full screen. But I don't know if a resolution would just change the way the camera looks. Because obviously it's going to change the way it looks while I'm in edit mode and trying to like do things. So I don't know if what I'm looking at is going to actually be what is seen once the executable is made, but that's a long ways from now. We are getting quite close to finishing up the gameplay stuff, which is great. Because once the gameplay stuff is finished, we can then start working on the start menu and the main menu that you access through the, what do you call it? Because when we get the start menu stuff made, we gotta get the save and load system implemented. That's gonna be fun. Save and load was a pain in the ass for me to learn. I'm still gonna have to go back into my practice folder and remember what I did to make it all work. It worked though, and I figured out how to do it with multiple saves, which is great because now that means I can have 4 different save files for Paint Maze. And binary we're going to do, because that's the one that I've learned to do and had it work. I don't know why I would need anything else. Binary seems like it would work, and since I'm not making a massive multiplayer game where we have to have servers to save your data is all local. I don't know, maybe we have cloud support. I don't know any of that stuff yet. I haven't gotten to a point of selling my games yet. Even in Game Maker instance, I technically wouldn't have been able to have sold them anyways, because it wasn't my music that I was using. Now that I'm working with Reaper Studio, I can make my own music thanks to Spitfire Labs instruments that you can utilize for free. Although I imagine there's some licensing thing that you would probably need to purchase if you want to actually make money off of games that you make with their instruments, but we'll go down that road when we get to it. Because for now, the game is still in the process of being made. I mean, all the gameplay mechanics kind of there already. I still gotta do a test, but I think we need to get sound effects done with. And I'm not sure if I want to make the finish block yet. The finish block can only really be made once we have the ability to switch scenes. Although, we have the pause menu is important regardless, it's just now the exit menu is not even usable yet, until we can get to the point where we can use it. Right now the exit menu is literally just there for show because there's nothing to exit to, there's no scenes to go to. And I gotta figure out how to change the scenes via the script instances. I might be able to change the scene in the script via a public int that we can change. Because we're most likely going to have the finish line utilize the variables that we have in the place. But we're going to have it be separated into 33 different finish lines. I think there's only 33. I don't remember if there was any unique things that required me to have more than that. But yeah, that's the idea. Once we can get the menu system done with, save load, and then we got the other menu system done with, blockology, mapology, statistics, achievements, and whatnot. And like we get an actual fully fledged menu system going, then we can start working on getting the, what do you call it, made? The world map. The first world map. Not world map, the first zone map. We're going to have to also make a world map that you can have fast travel with, but for now, we just need to get the world map, or the first zone made. Minus a few of, or at least a couple of zones that you're not going to be able to see yet because we haven't made yet. Then once we've done that, we make all the levels for that zone, test it all out, and have all the things that we need to do to test it out, test the save system out, and get that loading screen instance made and the time variable system made, which is going to be a little bit more complex because the tutorial that I was looking through, it doesn't seem to be using an already pre-made time variable. It looks like we're going to have to make our own time system. Hopefully with milliseconds that we can save throughout the entirety of a game. And not just have it be like, oh hey, this is where we're at second-wise, but the milliseconds there aren't saved. No, that's not what we want. We want it to actually save all the things it needs to save. Oh, wait, right, you were cliffside. I need to adjust these things a bit more. We almost have everything we need pretty much set. There's still a few things I need to learn, brush up on. Save and load I need to brush up on. Loading screens I need to learn and figure out the best way to go about doing those without it like going to there and then still have to load everything in. Unless loading screens are used to deload every asset in the area, and then as it goes through, but how the hell do you do the way I'm doing the fading in and fading out? You've seen it. You've seen how I've been doing it. You've seen me make it. Yeah, you've seen me make it already if you watched the Game Crafter episodes. But the way we've been doing that requires something to be activated, and we can't switch scenes and have that be activated at the same time, you know? So, yeah, that's going to be a tricky thing to learn. As well as trying to figure out a good way to get a time system going. I'm sure there's a better way. If I have to use separate variables, then so be it. But, yeah. Although, I wonder if I can go do it by, second, or milliseconds. What is millisecond? Like, what's the value of a millisecond? There you are. A millisecond is a unit equal to what? Of a second and 2,000. So if I put it at 0.001, I don't know what that is. I guess there's no concrete value of what it is. We would have to actually do something with that and figure out what the value is as it goes up. Figure out a way to do it in real time instead of having it be something else. Again, we'll see. I have no clue. We haven't gotten to that point yet. We still got to get the sound effects made. I think technically now that's really the only thing left we got to do. Outside of having to get the first zone's music made, as well as the menu music, which we are still behind on. Which is annoying. Shouldn't be behind on that. Should have gotten that done with a while ago. But October is such a damn busy month with all the stuff that I've got to make. I don't see me being able to get all of this done with as quickly as I would like to get done with. Oh, there is a marathon on Toonami. We could get something done with during that marathon. Have that on in the background. Oh, it depends. I don't remember when that marathon was. What would be the date? That's when that ends. Oh, geez, yeah. Nova Guardian should be done way before that, so I guess we could? No, I don't know. I have no idea. Because I don't know what episode we're going to be making next. I mean, we're probably going to do a test instance. A test episode where we try to just do all the tests we possibly can to ensure that everything works properly. I gotta, like, set up things in various ways and try to figure out how I could possibly break a level. And if it breaks, then try to fix it. But if it doesn't break and it works as intended, then of course, we did it. Good job. I'm sure there's a few things here that we have to adjust still. It's a lot to work with still. And I don't know yet until we can get to the end of that. Right now I'm just trying to get the sound effects. I might try to get a few sound effects done with during the week to remind myself how to get the sound effects that I need for certain things. And then when I come back on the next episode of Game Crafters, I'll try to make the rest of the sound effects. Maybe even get that super secret event that, you don't need to know. It's just a little event. No need to be worried. What are you worried about? No, don't worry. It's fine. It's just it's just a very strange event. A mysterious block a mysterious game mechanic that you shouldn't need to worry yourselves over. No. What do you mean there's random numbers in the bottom of the episode when that comes out? Because that hasn't been coming out yet. No, don't worry about those numbers. Those numbers are good numbers. Yes, RNG, and we get a special surprise when those numbers reach 0, which I'm going to have to be very careful on. So not spoil things. Or I might try to do some things to make it, showcase it in a better fashion, because technically the mechanic is unfinished, but it's fine, because you don't need to know about what that mechanic is. It's a surprise mechanic. Yes. Whether or not you're going to need to be concerned about it is really all up to what you perceive it as. Yeah. Sure, why not? Do you perceive it as a thing that you should be worried about, or do you want to perceive it as a nice good luck thing to have because of progress, baby? Yeah, it's I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. So, yes, the entirety of this is it's going to take some time to get made properly. I think that's probably what I'm going to do with sound effects. Is see what I can do with the thing that you do not need to worry about. See what I can do there. Alright, time to make faces. My favorite part in drawing the Lament landscape is making faces in the dust. That's a face, kind of. A very broken monkey face, but it's a face. I guess it makes sense since there is a blood ape in this. Is that a face? I don't know. That's another face right there. You just see it as dust clouds. Oh, there's a potential for a face here. Can I get the face, though? I can barely see it. There's a potential for a face here. Oh man, that's a very spooky. I don't think you guys can see it, but that's a very spooky face right there. There's the mouth, which is literally just like this, and there's its nose, which literally looks like a big nose, and there's its eyes. Oh, we're getting another cool-looking face here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the face in this direction, because I would have to do something. There it is. Oh, yes. An alien-looking face. With his hands in the air. Or dick. I just made it no dick. No dick November. I guess that's fine. There's this council of faces here. Yeah, sure. Council of faces. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh god, we got another face here. Now this looks like a sideways face. Am I going to be able to get this right? Or is it going to look terrible? Sideways face. Oh, that looks like a demon. That looks like an actual demon right there. Leg. And I guess maybe it could. Maybe it could. Let's see. Just some clouds here, nothing too important. Let's get some actual full-on big clouds up in here. And I think what I need to do is reduce its opacity to like 80 or something. Keep forgetting what the opacity needs to be fully. I'm going to move this above the craters real quick. Above everything, actually. And you can barely see most of the dust. But it's fine. I think what I need to do is provide some more shading in for the crater bits. Same with the rocks. Make them a bit darker, but not too dark. Okay. Is there anything important in the moon hell area that I need to draw here? Scraps, rocks. Not entirely. But could probably just have some rock piles nearby. What the hell? That was a strange noise I had heard. No, it's fine. No texture. What are you doing with the texture? Yeah, I could probably put some rocks here. That is not the ground? Oh, wait, that's right. Oh, why? It's not where it needs to be. And also, the color dynamic needs to be adjusted. Maybe brightness and hue saturation or something. Something along the lines of that. And some others. To get a little bit more here off to the side. Like it's kind of blending into the environment almost. Like so. Like so. Okay, let's see. We've got ourselves a little bit of something here. Is it epic? Unique? Nah, it's just rocks. It makes it a little bit different here. I guess what I could do, actually, is just put some more rocks in the area so that there's more to it than just what we have currently. Like so. And of course, texture. And a little bit of this. Alright, let's see. I guess what we could do is scatter it a bit more. Space it out. Space out more than that for the further out part. Even further than that. Okay. Just a little bit of rocks there to cover up most of this. The only thing we don't have right now are just rocks in this area. Which shouldn't be too much of an issue to get set. I don't think, at least. So now all I need to do is just go to these cliffs here. Oh, I guess for these cliffs I could just do rocks on the norm here. Maybe reduce the scatter a bit so it doesn't go all over the place. Don't know where that goes exactly, but I guess it's fine. And we go over to Cliff 1C, Rocks 1D, some more rocks. Then we go over to Cliff 1B, Rock 1E, even more rocks, bigger rocks, and last cliff, 1F. I probably should also adjust the shading here a tiny bit for most of these to ensure that the demon's body is shading most of it. Oh wait, these are E, or C I mean. Okay, now most of that gets dealt with. We're almost done. And it took us close to 2 hours. Which I guess makes sense. Again, this is the wrong one. Go to Cliff, you fool. It makes sense primarily because Lament is the most easiest landscape to draw. And most of these demons are relatively easy to make. Ah, shit. Well, that's an issue, because I need this to be above that. There we go. Cliff 1C. At least I didn't screw anything up. Good thing I noticed that, because that would have been annoying if I didn't. Alright, let's see. That's crater. We could adjust the crater a bit. Why not? Okay, let's see. That seems to be all for Lament, so now let's go all the way back. We need to get some shadows in here. Should be easy enough, really. Shadows 1A. Now I just gotta grab you. And grab all of these. Except for you. Is that what I want? Yeah. And add this to selection. I hope that's everything there I need. Seems like it. Good. Great. Fantastic. You'll probably have the light shining on you from here. Which, if that's the case, I don't want any light there. Or at least many light there. And we will look back at the Riptians. Well, I can barely see that guy's hair, but that guy has normal human-like hair. So that makes sense. It does make sense. Alright, let's see. Alright. So, I'm gonna say my catchphrase over here. I just don't know what else to talk about. He said it. He said the thing. He does not know what to talk about. He's run out of conversational topics. Yes, sirree. Ran out of things to say. Which is a pretty common occurrence, given the fact that, A, I don't really have a lot going on in my life right now outside of creation. I guess whatever I watch. And B, I'm not really a talkative person to begin with. How the hell I've managed to come up with any tangible conversation is beyond me. Well, no, I guess there are some things when it comes to shows and whatnot. Yeah, there's that. And future plans for our own creation, and there's also that too. But as I've said before, what else is going on? Just annoyance of work and it taking up most of my damn life. That's what I can't stand about work, taking up most of your damn life. What I wouldn't give to just be able to stay home and create. I'd be able to work on my games longer, create bigger projects, and not have to worry about time constraints as much. How nice would that be if I could just stay at home and create and get money that way? Well, we'll see what the Gwen drawing has in store for us. Usually when we do fan art related drawings, we get them their subscribers coming in. And since Subscribestar didn't get any fan art boom at the time because we just created it last month, so a couple months ago, but we started posting stuff on it fully last month. And this month, you know how that goes. But yeah, let's see what Gwen will do for us. That's not what I want. I want light purple. Usually it is light purple, but I don't know if I want it to be light purple now. That's a bit darker. Isn't that pink? No, it's light purple fog. This is kind of close to what I have been doing, at the very least. Light purple with some basic fog instance here for the cliffside, or the teal color for the background and cliffside. I mean, not fully teal. Blue, was it? I can't remember. No, it might have been this. I don't know what it could have been. Could have been anything, really. Green. This shade of light blue, I guess. We'll try it out. Why not? Maybe I'll get some full-on blue in here. Remember, most of the effects aren't from the fogs, although the fog does provide some bit of effects, just not fully. Teal. That seems a bit too dark. And now, I need to do this, which we can use to delete most of the fog. Even some of the fog over here, for this part at least. I think that's all for the fog department. There isn't really too much I can do with a barren moonscape. The Blood Ape one was pretty cool looking, I must say. Given the fact that there was an observer there as well. Y'all remember that drawing? Ah, yeah, that one. Alright, a little bit bigger. Okay, not that big. Let's get some light here. Careful not to accidentally press the X button. Get some of these in here. Maybe delete some of the rays near here so it doesn't look too pasty, if that's the word that I'm looking for. Now we've got the bold bloom light. You know, those demons in the space abyss that provides light to areas like Lament. Bold bloom particles. Well, to all the areas in the demon realm, actually. Not just the Lament and space abyss. Oh man, it's been so long since I've done a Mog Brain horror drawing that isn't demon realm that I feel like I'm gonna forget to add a certain something there. What that certain something it is, well, I shouldn't say really. Although, you know, it would like it. It would like for me to say it, wouldn't it? But I know the other one wouldn't enjoy it. Wants to keep it somewhat secret. Wants to keep most of their existence somewhat secret. But what is it? Oh, don't worry, don't worry. Not something for you to worry about. The thing that of which exists, yes, of course. The thing that's probably standing right behind you right now. Or me right now. Who knows? She could be there. Or it could be there. I would hope that she would be there. Is there something behind me right now as we speak? Well, there's a cat in bed, so it can't be the cat. I don't know. We'll see about that. Maybe I'll be abducted by her and then chased, you know, all that stuff. I don't know. If I look back, am I going to be safe? Will I be safe? Or will she not make herself known? You probably don't even know who the hell I'm talking about. But it's probably for the best. Yep. Probably for the best. Alright. Did you see something touch my face? No? Alright, no need to panic right then. Let's continue on for the next set, which is the effects. Yeah, given the time that we've got, I don't know if I'll have enough time to publish that. We'll see what happens. For now, though, we gotta finish this drawing off. It's a shame there isn't too much we can do with a moonscape background, but I'm trying my best to make it look relatively decent, at least. This is the effects one, right? Yeah. Trying my best to make it look relatively decent, even if it still has a lot more work that needs to be done on it. Alright, now we need to get some pink areas in here, shining down on the demon. And most of the landscape here. Maybe not most of the landscape, just the demon itself. What else? A light blue area. We'll see about that soon enough. How about this shade of light blue? Nah. What about dark blue? Now, don't forget, bowl balloons pretty much go all over the place in Lament. Although I'd still imagine things here would be darker, even with the light. What else is there? I wonder. Another blue, another pink, another light purple. Ooh, how about a yellow area instead? Yellow could work for this one to cover up most of the background here and most of the area, as well as here. Although I'm not too sure with most of it. I guess we can get rid of some of it so that most of it still remains teal in the back, but still have yellow here to make some of it yellow. Whoops, you made more yellow than you needed to make. Well, technically speaking, okay, I think that's all for the yellow. There is one thing here, actually, that I neglected to take into consideration here. And that's the shadows coming off of most of this demon here, in this direction, and that direction. There we go. I think that's all I can do for the areas. Now it's time for the sepia. That's not what I wanted. I wanted... You fucking asshole. Go to Vivid Light. There we go. And now the last thing that we need to do, which is the sepia. I don't remember what the sepia here should look like. I guess we use so many different color iterations for Lament. Doesn't exactly matter too much. But which one is the one that we want to use? Oh, blue color could work. I just gotta find the right shade. The right shade of blue. How's that? This one was close, but it was too dark. That one can work. We could do one of those multicolor instances, actually. That could work even better. Let's see. If we were doing a multicolored, would we do it like this? Light purple, taking up most of this side. Maybe too much. How about pink? Still too much. Yellow. Yellow could work. Let me see if there's a different shade of yellow I can use. This one seems kind of better. What's better, this or that? That one is not too dark, so we can use this one, so it's not all just that. And maybe I can use this one for the... Okay, too much. How about this one? This one for dark. For dark. Multicoloral. Considering the fact that pretty much the background here is monotone. Really, the only way we can make a moon landscape is every color is monotone. That's the one thing that sucks about the moon. It's so damn monotoned. Why is the moon monotoned? Stop being monotoned, moon. Be more colors than what you are. That's why we have these green rocks here, to ease up from the monotony of the singular color. I'm sure there's more that I can do with that, possibly. But for now, we're just drawing the demons that we have. I mean, at least the Defiler, I have an idea that that's going to be in an all scrapyard area. In the scrapyard area, in this area, in the region, area. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Another one done within less than 2 hours, which is pretty good. So, as per usual, with effects, without effects. With effects, without effects. Huge difference adding in these lights and effects and whatnot. So, that's all I have for today, folks. Still got the stupid cough. So, thank y'all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist. And of course, previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Minecraft ROTC edition. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.